Hello, Teresa Phelps Martin saying hello to you. Grateful that you are tuning in and choosing to listen to the energy that's accessible to each of us and all of us, and also tuning in to listen to how that energy is speaking to me so that I can share and translate the celestial influence that's here for all of us, every single one of us. I'm coming to you from my home, my sacred space, and we are engaging in a virtual arena, which is really important. Okay. Energetic signature of September. Here it is, friends. It's all laid out for us. It's always there. It is always there. So let's pause right now. The idea of being soulful is being able to call into our highest self, to come home and reclaim the energy that is ours, that is healing, that is nourishing, and integrate this energy with our ability to focus and serve and be of support. And September has a lot of earth energy, but a ton of air energy. So there are, recap real quick, 4 major elements that I'm gonna speak to. Please realize that ether is everywhere. It is the container that contains all things, including you. So we have earth, which is the ground, which is our physicality, our resources, our ability to manifest. It is a feminine energy. We also have so believe it or not, this cardinal feminine energy is all about achievement. However, it can also succumb to doubt. We are this month, as I speak, really illuminating the mutable earth energy. So that ability to adapt, to change, and we all know our world is undergoing immense transformation. So this mutable earth, this ability to adapt, this ability to intuit what is changing and how to serve it is a major, major, major element this month. We also have the elements of fire, which is our passion, our beliefs. We don't have much fire this month, except for a couple of times when the moon is in Leo, Sag, or Aries. And, but we do have some tension, okay? And that can be fiery. So fire is that passion, our belief. It's our heart. It's our guts. It's our enthusiasm. And it's interesting when we're in a lot of transition this month for the rest of the year. For a couple of years, I know that can be overwhelming, but we're just in great transition. So I'm gonna share this again and again and again in the daily posts in the Soulfully You group. And I'm hoping to be able to start to expand those posts to other areas, because I am receiving the big call to just serve, to just share and serve and share and serve. And that's what this earth energy is about, when we feel the energy of our hearts, of our truth, of our soul. So that fire is there. It's always present, even though it's not full focus, which, I mean, come on, the world's on fire. Literally, there are major parts of the earth that are ablaze. So we don't really need a lot more fire. The other element, water, which is also feminine. Fire is masculine, by the way. Water is that nurturing, it's that compassion, it's that ability to forgive, that ability to surrender. We have a tiny bit starting the month, and then we have a bigger, deeper connection to it towards the end of the month. And then finally, we have air. And air energy is major right now. Air is our thoughts. Air is our connection. Air is our ability to relate, to carry messages, to have a language. I just noticed that Brene Brown is going to release her new book in November, Atlas of the Heart. If you don't know Brene Brown, maybe start with Atlas of the Heart. And it's so spot on with the cosmos that we need to give language to the heart, okay? We need to really feel that connection to our innermost self, that relationship to our innermost self, and reclaim the love and the joy and just the, I'm going to sound very preachy for a moment, the salvation of our souls, because we're just really disconnected. So I'm going to go deeper, but if you just are ready, you're like 5 minutes in, good. Teresa, what's the major key? The power of choice. The power to take responsibility for the way you engage on a daily basis. Your ability to collect the data of your deepest, truest self and work with the soil of your soul that might feel heavy. No doubt about it. We're living in times that are pretty intense. So how can you reconnect to the sacred on a daily basis? I will unpack that way more with the new moon in Virgo that is happening on September 6th, and the how to continue to work with it on the full moon that is happening on September 20th. It'll be a new moon in Virgo that has a lot of this earthly support, and then it'll be a full moon in Pisces. Ooh, that's gonna really be this call to the wisdom of our soul, okay? So, soul care, it's essential. And so here we go. You guys ready? Mercury, so the sun is gonna be in this mutable earth. The sun is just what shines. It's illuminating all things, and it's really illuminating the call to be of service. The moon dances every couple days in new energy. So it is our emotional tone, which is where and why I give the daily inspiration. It is based on that articulation of the moon reflecting back to us the mysteries of our earthly nature. And my moon is a very strong in my chart. You want to know what's strong in your chart. Why does your natal chart matter? Is because the moment we were born, that we individuated into this experience of being human, there are patterns that were promised to us that we can actually resolve some of this inner turmoil when we connect to the symbolism, when we awaken to our archetypal nature and hold space for others to have that, which is what Mercury is going to call it forward. Mercury is going to be in this air energy of Libra all month long, and then some. And that means we're going to go retrograde. And I almost bought myself a shirt that said Mercury retrograde, but I didn't, because it's a joke. It's an inside joke. Mercury retrograde is one of the retrogrades we have. All the heavy hitters, all the generational planets, Saturn, Jupiter, Uranus, Neptune, and Pluto. I'm not going into asteroids and the goddesses. That's what comes through in the soul scopes. They're all retrograde. So we're in this time to articulate what we've learned so far this year. And hot damn, people are coming off strong and righteous. So this is where that earth energy is like, what are we anchoring back into? How are we using our words? How are we showing up? Can we show up with this ability to articulate, but allow the room for others to have articulation rather than so much of this, I'm right, you're wrong, or I'm going to go down? We want to cultivate relationships. We want to cultivate relationships in the reflection of what has been broken down, what is the power of our soul, our promise, and that potential that it sits within. And that's where our natal chart helps. And if anything, looking at your chart is simply going to affirm what you already know. Is nothing to be scared of. We live on a planet spinning around a big ball of fire. Okay. So Venus, which is these are the energies. So the energies that influence our social structure and our infrastructure of this time on our planet. they're all in reflection. So, and Mercury will go there too. And again, I'll talk more about it in the soul scopes, where we reclaim, we reimagine, we re-envision, we recognize, we remember, we reawaken. I mean, it's happening. So we're going to focus a lot this month on our personal energies, our own habits, our own way of showing up and integrating into the soil of ourselves, these relationships. So I encourage soul energy, mainly the soul of yourself. But when you tend to that innermost self, your soul, you go down and in, not up and out, that you go down and in without forgetting the energy above, without forgetting the absolute. Okay, you bring that down and in, and you really churn with the energy, and you digest all these things that have been happening, and you nourish and connect to the relationship with yourself and the meaningful connections you have with those that matter in your life. So show up for you, because then you're actually showing up for the collective. Okay? And in that energy of cultivating these relationships, it's really like you get to choose again and 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 again. And these choices inform your habits and your behaviors, which inform the results, okay? You want to reconsider the way you collaborate with life. What is your relationship with life? What are you bringing forward? Is it just materialism? Or can you really tap into the ability to be of service, to renew, to nourish, to heal, to transform? And when we're in transition, there's a lot of energy of transformation happening. So come from a higher vantage point, your higher self, the collective, the greater humanity, but feel how we have these polarities, right? We have opposition. And without bringing any tension of our times into this dialogue, just keep it simple day and night. The inhale and the exhale. We need both sides. So how do they work together? If you need guidance of how to breathe through the rest of the year, really work with that even fluctuation of the breath. Anytime. When in doubt, even it out. Right? That we can bring back an equanimity and integrate that equanimity into ourselves. So the other personal planet, the personal planets are Mercury, Venus, Mars. These are all just there. You can see these guys with your naked eye. So don't think that I'm talking about something way, way far out there, but the way they cloak themselves or dress themselves and animate the energy of how we communicate, what our values and our relationships and our priorities are, and how we engage, how we go after it. And Mars is really about that ambition, that motivation, that passion. Make it about your health. Okay? Like I was telling somebody last night, I have given so much to so many for so long. I am deeply committed, as selfish as this may seem, to give back to myself. So this is the idea of really new health habits. Show up for yoga, or be like me, do yoga, but then also add more. I'm doing physical therapy. I'm doing Pilates, and I'm completely hooked in Pilates because I feel like I'm reclaiming my strength, reclaiming my vitality. I am 45. I'm on that threshold of it's go time. Like the patterns I'm initiating now are the patterns as that light of opportunity to bring life into the world is sizzling, also known as perimenopause. And I know I'm not alone, and all women go through this, men, you go through it too. But realize that it's if you feel this extra like, oh, I just gotta move, I gotta run, you feel this strong nature to push through, do it with awareness of nourishment and taking really good care of yourself every day. And how I am taking care of my body, not just for my ego, but so I can continue to move. I'm an older mom with 2 young kids. When I am 60, my kids will just be graduating high school. I want to travel with them. I want to share in their life with them. I don't want to be hurt and bummed out. So in that bum energy, it's heavy right now. We have a lot of psychic spew or psychic pollution. We have pollution on our earth. We have pollution of the spiritual realm as well. So it can really, if you're sensitive at all, this energy can break through the cracks and even manipulate the way you think, the way you feel. So this is really important of why you need to make your physical health important, that you want to care for this vessel every day. How you do that is up to you, okay? So recap, we have this major earth energy that's adapting and changing. Like I can feel that in making my health a priority, coming back to my supplements, coming back to gut health, coming back to moving every day, to making sure I walk around the block every day. Also reading. How am I nourishing my mind? It's really important for me as well. You want to come up with your own tools. I still get on my mat. I get on my mat when I'm not doing the Soulfully You, the Yoga Soul Flow classes that you can tune into Tuesday and Thursday at 9:30. I also record them so you can watch them on replay. Tap into it. Make a commitment for yourself as we start this month, so that as we shift as the month goes, we're going to be in a lot of reflection of our relationship with ourselves, with each other, with the world around us, and nurture and nourish the environment you have influence over. That's right in front of you, okay? Your kids, your loved ones, your friends, your neighbors, your pets. Those little things that you can do something about, because that intensity of our world is going to weigh heavy. And that darkness we have not been taught how to walk through it. There is light hidden there, but it is so foreign to so many of us, we get devoured by it. So if you are getting devoured by it, lean in to that company that you keep. It's really, really important. And please know you are never, ever, ever alone. The energy of the divine is ever present. It's in the blowing of the leaves. It's in the raindrops. It's in the fire, which is a little intense, right? The rain we just had in Louisville, Kentucky really was such a reflection of how depleted my plants and the soil of the slice of earth I was in, and it just received it. And however, the New Orleans, the Louisiana, the Bayou is oversaturated. The West Coast is over ablaze. So we want to realize these extremes. I'm not leaving the United States of America. I don't want to open up a big chain, but our hearts are on fire. They're depleted. They're oversaturated. So wherever you are in the emotional landscape, know that you're not alone. And I can't tell you enough. The planets shine for you. The stars shine for you. The sun shines for you. So we want to get into nature. So barefoot on the earth. Dig in the soil. Eat root vegetables. Tune into these needs for yourself that can sustain you and support you. So this is Teresa Phelps Martin, straight from my heart to yours. The energetic signature of September is really about re-collaborating and remembering the way we engage in our life, so that we're not just so focused and ambitious and goal driven, but we're really showing up for the restructuring of how we engage with our own individual nature, our soul's light, that sacred spark, but also the sacred spark of our world. So ground, drink and hydrate, breathe, allow for inspiration. Anytime you go super low, just know that there's a net a sacred light that surrounds you. Lean into it so you can reignite your spark, okay? You can find daily posts in the Soulfully You Facebook group. You can reach out. I do free consultations. I won't give you a chart reading, but if you just need to know, like, how do I go deeper, book a free consultation with me. If you want to connect to your soul's promise, the awaken, the soul session awaken is $108. And there might be a little special offering coming to you in September, but go ahead and sign up and know that when you get introduced to this, you want to let it marinate and digest. You want to find the way to connect to it and open yourself to all the resources that are free and accessible. So be real, be true, and be soulfully you. Ciao, and I will be back with the soul scopes for the new moon and the full moon later this month. Be well, be you, be true.